gonna get started in a few seconds. Just wanna take some time to set the space. So, the frequency that's playing is 432 hertz, so that's good for attracting manifestations, abundance, love, miracles. So just take a second to tap into this frequency with me. Thank you guys for joining. This is gonna be so good. I'm so excited. My ring light broke, so don't have the best lighting, but you know, we're gonna make do with what we got. So life is funny that way. I'm sure it happened for some specific reason. This frequency is key to attracting what you desire, because it tunes you into your heart space, and when we're attracting from our heart space. And so one of the major reasons why we often manifest things that we don't want, because we're always manifesting. Everything in our reality, in our physical reality, is a manifestation of us, essentially. And so when we realize that, when we take ownership for our manifestations, knowing that it's coming from our heart space, we can then decide to go into our heart and see more clearly what is limiting us from what we truly desire. In the world that we live in, a lot of it is manifestations that aren't necessarily what we desire. So, because we're constantly observing what we don't want, sometimes we put up blocks in our hearts, and these are limiting beliefs and ideas that don't serve us. So, I'm gonna drink some water. So, the law of attraction is something that maybe you have heard of, maybe you haven't heard of. And what it is a law that attracts whatever you think about, whatever you feel about, whatever story you tell. That's what the law of attraction is attracting. And we have a physical manifestation of the law of attraction in our brain. It's called the reticular activating system. And the reticular activating system is the system that basically it just, whatever you think about, it attracts more of it. So whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're feeling about, you're gonna see that pop up in your reality. That's why sometimes when we think about something very often, like a number or something, we'll see it in our reality because our brain is literally wired to do that, right? So knowing all of these things, knowing that we manifest from the heart, we have this system in our brain that naturally attracts what we think about. And the law of attraction is always serving us, basically, serving itself. It's a perpetual cycle, and we get to utilize it. And when we realize that, like, that's super cool, you know? That's amazing. So knowing all of these things and allowing that to really sink into your physical vessel, allowing that to change the coding within your physical vessel through this music, through my channel, allow it to wipe away all that is no longer serving you. All that is no longer serving you. We also have a emotional guidance system, which is really cool as well. So our emotional guidance system is our feelings, and our feelings tell us how we are interacting with our reality. So if we're feeling really, 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 really good, then that means we're in alignment with our physical reality. That means we're not complaining, we're in a high vibe state of total acceptance, total receptivity of what is going on around us, and just soaking that in and being in love with that in the physical, in the present moment. And this is an amazing book for manifesting if you want to check it out. It just fell in my lap, so you know, might as well. The universe wants to talk about it. I want to talk about it. I kind of lost my train of thought, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm just gonna but basically our emotional guidance system allows us to see how we're interacting with our reality. And so when we take the time to sit with ourselves and to feel into our guidance system and to use it as a guide rather than a punishment, when you're feeling negative or bad or just like lost, that's not a punishment. That's just letting you know that something's off. Something in your reality needs to shift. And this can be something so small. And when you tune into your feelings and you tune into yourself, it will come up naturally. And you just have to see it, and seeing it and holding it in love will instantly transmute whatever it is. So that's how our emotional guidance system can really be a powerful tool in manifesting, because when we do that, when we're in alignment with our emotions, we're in alignment with we can make the decision to be in alignment with our reality. And one big thing that we as a collective often do is we try and put things in the future. So this is a lot of the time what makes us feel bad, honestly. Because when we put things in the future, we make it outside of ourselves, one, and two, we make it in the future, so it's not now. And the only moment that ever exists is now. So it's important to be in the present moment, especially when you're in moments of contrast or situations of contrast, because this allows you to be in tune with your emotional guidance system and then make the decision to feel better. Like, make the decision to feel better. Because we all just want to feel better, right? Like, we all just want to feel better. We all just want to have comfort and knowing that we're okay. And we always are. That's the thing. We just have to tap into that feeling. Anything you want, any physical manifestation, emotional manifestation, anything you want is because you want the feeling of it to permeate your cells. And the way to do that is to just feel it. Just feel it. And like, not just like surface level feel it, like full body feel it. Like full body, just like go into it. That's how you create bliss now. And when you're it now, your physical reality will adjust to your frequency so that you basically start receiving everything that you want. When you feel happy now, when you feel successful now, you're sending out that frequency into the universe, and the law of attraction and your reticular activating system are working together to bring your manifestations to you. And then that's why you see all those things that are in alignment with what you desire or what you are being, because it's the law of attraction, and it's so powerful, and it never turns off. Like, it's always working. It's a law of the universe. It's always working. It's not like you go outside one day and like you're floating because gravity just suddenly decided to turn off. Like, it's always working. That's why we have to be so present and conscious in the moment, so that we can identify triggers, so that we can identify feelings that make us feel good, so that we can soak in that if we want to, like, which we should, you know, like, we should want to. If you want to feel bad, like, go ahead and feel bad. There's value in that too. I'm not saying everything is always going to be love and light and always going to be so happy. It's not like that. But when we're present enough in the moment, we always have the option to feel better. So there's no reason to complain. There's no reason to be upset, because we get to choose. We are the creators. We are the manifestors, and we're always manifesting. We're always manifesting. So sometimes we are limiting beliefs that coat our heart because of what we see, and what we observe, and what we absorb. Sometimes it makes it really hard to want to feel good, right? Like, sometimes it makes it really hard to want to feel good. Sometimes we want to be, like, miserable. So it's really an art to feel good, to learn to feel good. And it's important that we allow ourselves the grace to feel whatever we feel and not judge ourselves for it as well, because that just adds pain to poison. Like, it's not serving anyone. So the beliefs that we hold are what push us forward. They're our vehicle. Our beliefs are our vehicle. And when we are riding in beliefs that are, you know, not serving us and that are of lower vibration and more like just lackful, we're creating that in our reality, and we're bringing in more things that reflect that lack, that illusion of lack, because you can create abundance if you want to. There's both. And whatever stream you're swimming in, that's where your stream of consciousness is going. So when we're learning to feel good, we're shifting from a lack stream of consciousness to an abundant stream of consciousness. And this isn't easy because we have years and years and years of traumas and beliefs and belief systems and like domestication essentially placed upon us, and we chose that, so that's cool. But like, we have to work through all of that so that we can move over here where anything is possible, miracles happen all the time, and we're living in bliss, in a state of eternal bliss, not just like one moment of bliss, but like everything is bliss, no circumstantial bliss, just abundant bliss. So working with our beliefs is really important as well, because when we take the time to sit down with ourselves and be like, oh, I have this belief around money that's saying money is bad, or rich people are terrible people, or, you know, something along the lines of that, which is, they're very, it's like a collective thing, and we all have to work through it. But those beliefs are all of lack. They're all limiting. They're all saying, oh, it's only this way. It's only this one way. And it's not only that one way. It's every single way possible. Like, everything is possible. So our beliefs are sometimes like basically what is hindering us from bringing in money into our reality, which is what, like, law of attraction. Yeah, you want to learn about law of attraction, but like, everybody really just wants to learn about how they can make more money. Like, let's be real. And that's okay, because like, that's part of abundance, you know? Like, it's like, why is that? Why? Let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's learn how we can fix it, like, not fix it, but like evolve out of that, because it's cool. Like, let's do that. Sometimes we think that work has to be hard as well. And this is something that I've been working through lately is the, wow, this is so interesting. Is the fact that I feel like work has to be hard. Like, I feel like making money has to be like a hard thing. Like, I have to like work hard in order to receive abundance. And that's just not the case at all, because when we're on the frequency of having what we want and being in tune with what we want, then we don't have to worry about not getting what we want, like, because we're just focused on already having everything that we want. You see how it's like a different like stream of consciousness? Like, it's not even like the same thing. It's like there's a distinct split between them. The power of stories surrounding beliefs is also really important, because it perpetuates. What they do is they perpetuate these beliefs, and they make us feel like these beliefs are real because of these stories that we tell. So a lot of working through limiting beliefs is just understanding what stories you're telling and choosing to rewrite those stories. I think I've said on here before, like, just rewrite your story. Write down what you're currently living and like how you're currently living, and then burn that shit. And then take another piece of paper and write down what kind of life you want to be living, and write it in the present moment. Write it only in the now. And if there's discord within your body as you're doing that, then that just shows you that you have limiting beliefs that you need to work through. And it's not something that will happen overnight. Like, you're going to have to take some time to really sit with yourself and meditate. And I'll give you some ways that you can practice this then, but really just taking the time to sit with yourself and be like, okay, what is holding me back? Like, what is keeping me from the life that I want, and how do I get there? And you asking that question will allow the universe to bring an answer to you. It's okay to ask. It's okay to ask for help. Like, it's okay. And I need to remember that too, you know, like, this whole live, like, I'm just talking to myself basically. And the sooner that we accept where we are now, the sooner we can be free. The sooner we can start making those moves, the sooner we can keep walking, you know? It's really important to do that. I keep saying it's really important. It's just like, it just like keeps coming out. I don't know. This is weird. It only takes 21 days to make or break a habit. So, it only takes 21 days. You sit with yourself for 21 days, you're gonna rewire your entire system so that your cells are speaking that of love, that of abundance to everything. No judgment towards anything. Everything is love. Everything is one. And the sooner that we come to accept that, the sooner we're gonna really start to evolve as a species, and it's gonna be fucking beautiful. I can't wait to see when that happens. So some resources for working on this is definitely Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks is where it's at. Yes, Abraham Hicks. I love her. Most of what I know is from Abraham Hicks. And like, this is by Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks is a channel. It's a group consciousness that's channeled through a woman named Esther Hicks. It's really, really interesting. Very pure and like very like straight to the point as well. So very easy to digest, and just listening to it, like, sound is everything. So just listening to it, like, just like this Hertz music is also really good, but just listening to anything that's of this nature, of higher frequency, changes the composition of your cells. So that is a very easy way to do that. Another way that Abraham Hicks taught me is the Book of Positive Aspects. So you can literally just like take a notebook and write down like a topic, like maybe like money. Yeah, do money. Write down a topic, say it's money, and then write down things that you love about that topic. So if it was money, like, I love when money flows to me. Money flows to me so easily. Money flows in and out of my reality so easily. I love talking about money. I love holding money. I love dreaming about money. I love daydreaming about money. I love whatever, you know, just like keep going. And meditation, like I said, and then also mantras. Mantras are really good. So I actually have like a thing on my wall, and it's like, it's basically like the new story I want to tell, but it's a bunch of mantras, and it's just really affirming to read that every day and like be conscious of the words that I'm saying the first thing in the morning, because I read it first thing in the morning. So reading the mantras really helps because it allows you to adjust your limiting beliefs around whatever topic, and then you can just stay with it for 21 days, and you'll make a habit of knowing that within your whole being, like not just like a surface level knowing, but like really feeling that and understanding that you know, you are whatever you want to say you are. So you are abundant. If you want to be abundant, you can be abundant. Yeah, so that's all I really have like on my notebook, but I would love to answer any questions, and I'll probably just like flow a little bit more surrounding the topic of manifestation specifically. But if anybody has any questions, I would love to answer them. So if you do, like, drop them in the chat. I have manifested so much into my reality. It's insane. I have literally manifested, like, I mean, everything is a manifestation, right? But like consciously manifested but also not consciously manifested, and then like later realized like shit, like I manifested that, and then having to work through that is really interesting as well. But it's so cool to be on one side of the manifestation in one moment and then on the other side of the manifestation in the other moment. Like being able to change your beliefs in a way that makes you feel really, 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 really good. So like I've been doing a lot of work surrounding money and also relationships this year, and just working with myself, like meeting myself where I'm at and allowing myself to see myself so that I can decide how I want to move forward, you know? And so after I finished college, I graduated college, I like knew how much I had attracted already. Like I had attracted going overseas and like manifested all these things, and I really had like a wake up call where I was just like, holy fuck, like why do I keep manifesting all of these fucking things that I do not want? Like why? I know I can create my whatever I want, like I know I can do whatever I want, but why do I keep manifesting what I don't want? It was so frustrating. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? But then I realized that it was because all I was doing was thinking about what I didn't want. Like I was literally just thinking about what I didn't want. And it was a wake-up call to really like change how I felt about myself, how I felt about my physical reality, how I felt about living, like so that was a really transformational time for me. I feel like my manifestations aren't working. Yeah, so whenever we're always manifesting, right? So if something's not coming to us, it's not because the universe isn't providing it. Yeah. So the universe is working all the time for us to give us what we want. So it goes kind of like this. We experience contrast, or we decide that we want something. Usually because we experience contrast. And then we send a rocket of desire out into the universe, and that is received by the universe. And in step 2, the universe starts creating pathways for this to come into our reality, starts creating cooperative components for this to come into our reality. And step 3, and it's already done, like it's done. And then step 3 is us receiving. So in order to get into the receiving mode, which is when your manifestations will come to you, we need to be more present in the present moment. So the key to getting into the receptive mode is to be present. It's literally just to be present. So really working on meditation, really working on allowing. Sometimes we are disallowing when we think we're allowing. So sometimes we have beliefs that don't align with what we're trying to manifest. And if we manifest from that place or attempt to manifest from that place, the universe creates the opportunity, but then we're not in the receiving mode. So another thing about being in the receiving mode is the receiving mode is just like total acceptance, total allowance, total just complete like satisfaction with where you are. Complete satisfaction. And when we tap into that like frequency of satisfaction, then we're allowing what we want because we're already satisfied. So you have to, it's important to give yourself the feeling of satisfaction before the manifestation. It's important to give yourself the satisfaction that you would feel if you received that manifestation before you receive the manifestation. You have to give yourself the feeling first before it can come into your reality. yeah, practicing gratitude, but mostly presence. Like, you can practice gratitude, and that will definitely help. Definitely. If it's gratitude, like, from the heart. Because sometimes I did this for a while. I was, like, expressing gratitude, lots and lots of gratitude, but it was very, like, I was expressing the gratitude because I wanted the manifestations to come, and so the manifestations, actually they did come, but they came twisted and distorted, and it wasn't how I wanted them to come. So, highly recommend really allowing yourself to feel that level of satisfaction of having everything that you need, being so provided for, not even knowing that it will come, but like trusting that it will come. Just throwing it out there and being like, oh, I know I can create whatever I want. I know it's gonna come to me as soon as I get into the receptive mode. And just write down your affirmations, write down all those things. It doesn't matter how you write it, it's about how you feel when you write it. It doesn't matter how you say it, it's about how you feel when you say it. Everything is about how you feel. This is an emotional, like, vibration is an emotional thing. Like, vibration is an emotional thing. Like, they're kind of, like, very much intertwined. So when you allow yourself to feel good, you're doing yourself a favor. But if you feel really like not in alignment with the words that you're writing or the words that you're saying, the manifestation isn't going to come to you because it's not going to be authentic, basically. Like, it's not going to be, you're not going to be already, you have to match that frequency so the frequency can come to you. You have to match the frequency first. So gratitude is a good way to do that. It's a good way to get into that space, but don't do the gratitude for the reason of manifestation, if that makes sense. It's very like pure. Like, it's important to come back into our purity so that we can truly honor the way that the universe brings us things, so that we're not doing it from like a place of like greed or just like, not even greed, but just like wanting something outside of us, like not feeling like we're complete by ourselves, like not feeling like whatever, you know. But yeah, I hope that helped. I hope that was informational. I kind of just like went on a rampage, but Rampages are really good as well. Rampages about like love, Rampages about like money, things that make you feel good. So I can do like a little one really quick. I love feeling good. I love when my manifestations come to me. I love feeling good. 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 I love feeling energy flow through my life. I love seeing birds. I love seeing trees. I love to see the sky. I love to see the sun. I love to be outside. I like to lay in the grass. I really like when it's warm outside. I like when my room is clean. I really like when good things come to me. I like random surprises. I like things. I like things. I like things. I love to hear the sound of my breath. Yeah, so something like that would be very beneficial, especially when you just say it. Like, that whole time I was just tuning into my heart and feeling what made me feel good and just expressing that out loud, you know? So when we do that, like, it's really fun, and it also benefits us, but, like, we don't do it because it benefited me right now. I just, like, felt so good, you know? Felt really nice. And that's the instant manifestation. The feeling is the instant manifestation. So if you can look for the feeling first, then you'll know that the other manifestation is coming, and you don't even have to worry about that. It's just coming. Like, you don't have to worry about that, and you already have the feeling, so, like, it's cool, and you can give yourself that feeling whenever you want. Like, that's abundant. That's always available to you, and that's the abundance, like, stream that I was talking about. It's just, like, knowing that that's always available to you, that you can always just be in love, right? Because, like, that's all that we really want anyway. We just want to feel love. We just want to feel loved. We just want to love. We just want to do all those things, and when we allow ourselves to actually do it, it feels really fucking good, and then things come to us that match that frequency, which is really cool. Yeah. But if anybody else has any questions, my love Nicole is on here. Hello. I love you so much. More of those. More rampages. Rampages are gonna save the world. When we choose to make our words deliberate, we're choosing to be deliberate in our creation, and that just makes everything so much more fun. Like, that's what we all want. We want to be deliberate in our creation. So when we take the time to do it with the small things, like our words, or like what we write down, or what we paint, or whatever, we are doing that on a minuscule, or on like a inner level, so then it manifests to the outer level. Everything is within, you guys. Like, none of this shit is outside of you. It's all inside of you. Oh my gosh, your question. Okay, so her question is, what's your best advice for starting your day without having people around you be a distraction? I really struggled with this for a very long time. I think the best thing to do is just to, when you first wake up, before you even get out of bed, spend 1 minute and 8 seconds, so 68 seconds, thinking about something that makes you feel good. Raise your vibration. So when you think about, the reason I say like 68 seconds is because when you think about something for 68 seconds, the law of attraction kicks in, and it's really powerful. And so you're able to start creating first thing in your day. Like, you're creating your experience first thing in your day by taking 68 seconds to think about something that makes you feel good, because then you just like attract everything that makes you feel good, you know? So yeah. That was a good question though. I needed that question for myself. That's a good question. Yeah. Well, if anybody else has any questions, I feel like I should talk a little bit more about like deliberate creating. Deliberate. When we're being deliberate, it's just basically choosing how we want to feel. It's basically just choosing to feel good instead of wanting to wallow in not feeling good. Being deliberate is a lot. Deliberate's like a scary word for it, almost. Like, it like masks how easy it is. It's actually so easy. it's easy because I've been practicing it for a long time. Because when I first started, this shit was not easy. I was like, oh my god, how do I do this? Like, how do I get my thoughts to align with what I feel? Like, how do I do this? It's like connecting the mind and the heart is definitely something that will aid you greatly in bringing your manifestations to life. Because when we connect the mind and the heart, we're allowing our feelings to be in alignment with our thoughts, and that opens up a portal for source to flow through us. There's no blockages or anything. It just like flows straight through. It's just like straight continuous flow. We are literally like cell towers. If you didn't know, like we're cell towers. Source is just constantly like beaming us information. Like most of this stuff that I've said on this live is just straight from source. Yeah, I feel like this is a good place to end it. Stretch, feel those codes go into your cells. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for choosing to integrate this information. And I can't wait to see you so soon. Keep a lookout. I'm going to be posting information about some new courses coming soon your way. Manifesting, all the things. Really excited to create these for you guys, and I'm so stoked to see where this takes us. Okay, I love you so much. Beaming love from my heart to yours. Have an amazing night.